Alright guys, so welcome along then for another Formula 1 race. We're with ISRL Academy Tier 1 today as they're on, let's see, just make sure I get this right. I think it's round 5 yet. It is at Bahrain, so it should be quite an interesting race. Let's get, we got some cars getting out already, gets a few stats up. Just make sure I did get this right, hold on. Alright, so we're gonna have a few cars get out on track now just to warm it up a bit. And oh, I did not change this. I gotta take it off minimap. I prefer not to have it on that. Alright, so we got 18 drivers in the session today. Should be much more of an interesting race. I always love when there's a near full grid or even a full grid going on. So we're gonna just keep an eye on everyone as they do their outlap right now. Get the tires warmed up and get ready for putting up some good qualifying times. Hopefully we're going to see some pretty competitive times here at Bahrain. Should be quite an interesting race as well as soon as we do get to that. And it's just a short qualifying session, so we're already got just about 16.5 minutes left now out of our total of 18 minutes. So qualifying should be over pretty shortly, and then we get straight into the race, which is always a fun part for everyone. Most people, I would say, of course, qualifying is sometimes a lot of fun. There's a lot of interesting things that can happen. It's always interesting to see how close the lap times do get as these guys push these cars as much as they can to go around. Sometimes wrecking it, sometimes not. And a lot of drivers, they sometimes tend to just overshoot some of these turns and invalidate their lap, or just because they're pushing it just a little bit too hard. But that's how competitive they get sometimes. So let's see who's going to be first to make a lap time here. I didn't even pay attention who was crossing the line first. I think the Ferrari just went over the line there as well. So let's see who is going to be bringing in our first lap time. In the meanwhile, let's see what we got in this card. I think we have the constructors should be here. Just having a look at that right now. Alright, so let me just make sure I got a correct one. So okay, so we got tier 1. Let's have a look at the constructors standings as they are. So it seems as if McLaren is leading with 170 points right now, and we only have Racing Point in second with 166. They're just 4 points behind. So let's see what the Racing Point drivers are going to be able to do today against McLaren here. Then we got Williams in third right now, 124 points. They're a little bit way down, but still getting there. And Haas in fourth, just behind Williams at 115. Of course, Mercedes ties that in fifth with 115 as well. So that's definitely might be changing here today. But let's see how that's going to actually play out between Haas and Mercedes. And we got Ferrari in sixth with 89 points. Alfa Romeo in seventh with 78. Red Bull way down in 8th there with 78 points as well, tying Alfa Romeo. So let's see which one of those teams are going to come out of that. And we got AlphaTauri in 9th, 14, and Renault in 10th, down in last in 13 points. So they need to get some real points in here today if they want to get past AlphaTauri team. And then we got Red Bull and Alfa Romeo going to be fighting it out to see who's going to be switching positions or keeping positions as they are for constructors. And we also have Haas and Mercedes. So that's going to be a pretty interesting battle to watch here today. As we're going to be going on to, I think we have some times coming in as well. We'll get to that in a second. Let's see. Oh, so Libo was first. Oh, Greenwell takes P1 now. 126.9. Libo goes 127. Bate with a 128.3. And that's changing up pretty fast right now. It's started 128.7. Giggly 129.3. Marky goes P2 now, 127.8. Just 1/10. Oh, sorry, a second and 1/10. I thought it was just, that would have been weird for a second. I thought it was a 126.8. I was wondering why he was in second, but it's 127. So only 126 right now is Greenwell holding a provisional P1. But of course, it's just a lot of time left to go in this session. 13.5 minutes left to go here. Mushroom goes in P2 now, 127.6. 2/10 better than Marky's time. So pushing the entire grid down so far. There are quite a few more drivers coming around. Oh, and Thomas has invalidated his time. We got Atma still in the pits. Durant on an outlap, like 14 on his outlap. I got Maverick coming around. Let's see what he's up to right now. He is invalidated that lap time. Oh, we got Edge going into 6th with a 128.2. Not too bad on his time there. Let's see, Ghost Rider is coming around. Which sector is he on right now? Alright, so he's now in sector 2 and he just did a purple sector 1. So Ghost Rider seems to be on for a pretty good lap time here. So we're going to keep on board with him. We're only over at cam view and let's see how he does finish that lap. So almost half of our grid provided us with lap times already, which is quite interesting. So just see where we have left is going to be Atmos, Thomas, Durant, 14, Maverick, Ghost Rider, Tommy, Freeman, Poison, and Sprunky left to give us lap time here. Hopefully no DNFs in this qualifying session, which we hate to see. We do love to see everyone having... Oh, going a bit wide there, Ghost Rider. And he's invalidated that lap, so that's out. He's going to have to try that again as we go along with Poison now. He's in sector 2 going. And... let's see what kind of time he is going to be putting. I think we got Sprunky running. Oh, and Sprunky has invalidated his lap time. So let's see what Poison is up to. The two of them are teammates. Oh, and there's a purple sector too. So going pretty well so far. Hopefully doesn't invalidate and mess up this lap. Let's see where he's going to be finishing. As he's about to go around the final turn here now and head onto the pit straight and go across the line. Let's see what he can be doing. Oh, and goes 126.5, puts him up into P1, 4/10 better than Greenwell's time. So professional pole for him for the moment. Let's see if his teammate is going to be making a better time or not. He's going to have to try again on that. He might be going to the pits and then get out again. Oh, and Durant is out of the session, unfortunately. Not sure what happened with his car there, which he's stuck there just at the entry point into Sector 3 before we go on the long back straight there. And that's Luck 14 messing up his lap there now as well. Let's see who else is out running here on top right now. I think Mushroom might be on a lap going here. Yes, he is. Let's see if Mushroom can get a professional pole back here or not. There's the purple sector 2. Going a little bit too wide on that curve and costing him the lap there. He's just invalidated that, so he's going to have to try again with this one. Let's see if he's going to go straight for another lap here or not as he goes around the final turn there. He might be going into the pits. Yes, he is. So let's switch that off for a second, see who else is running here right now. Let's see if Libo is on another lap here at the moment. He does seem like he is on a fast lap going. Has a bit of traffic coming up in front of him there as well. He's going to want to be a bit careful about that if they are hopefully going to get out of the way. He definitely is on a fast lap. That was his teammate at the side of the track there. I think Thomas it is. No, he seems to be slowing down a little bit now. Yep, he is definitely. Let's go down to the bottom. Atmos running an invalidated lap there again. Oh, what happened to that car there? Going back to Luck 14. So, whose car? I think that's Sprunky's car. Yes, it is. Not sure what happened to him there. That's some sort of incident that's should have been avoided, I would assume. I'm not sure if he hit the wall or just got into an incident or someone. Unfortunately, he's going to be out. Durant as well. So we got 16 drivers left in the qualifying session here right now. Got just about 9 minutes left in qualifying here now. As soon as you get to the end of qualifying, we'll talk a little bit about the drivers' standings as they are at the moment. But just to see, we still got a few more drivers yet to make some lap times in here for us. We got the Maverick. I think he's on a lap going here right now. Let's see what kind of time he's about to bring in as he is about to go across the line and goes P10 with a 128.8 so far. I see Rambo went into 5th with a 127.5. Let's see who else is currently running here. Down at the bottom, we got Ghost Rider and Tommy. Let's see if Ghost Rider is on a lap or not. Does seem to be on a... Oh, and Marky goes 126.1. Fastest lap in the session so far. Takes away provisional pole for now. And let's see if he can actually keep it there. It is about 4/10 better than Poison's time at 126.5 right now. And I see Poison already getting on his out lap again there. Greenwell, I think, is already out on track running. So some pretty competitive times I think we're having in the session so far. So I think it's going to be a great race here today to watch. No, there's a purple sector 2 so far there. That's Ghost Rider. Let's see where he goes at the end. We'll have a look at the tires they use for the fast slap down at the end, just trying to reduce the clutter on screen. So Ghost Rider going into 9 to the 127.6. Who else do we have left? I think Atmos is currently running his lap there right now. Let's see what the Ferrari driver can do, as he's just begun his lap into sector 1 going. Let's see if he does get any proper sectors on this lap. He seems to be moving pretty fast right now. We still got Tommy in the pit yet to make a lap time, and that's going to be everyone making a time there. Well, let's see if he's going to be able to get out and actually do. Oh, there's a proper sector 1 there. Atmos going for a pretty good lap so far. Let's see if he can continue this straight into sector 2. No, desperately trying to break. Oh, overshoots after and just a little bit, goes a bit wide. Didn't invalidate the lap, but definitely lost a few tenths there. I take it the sector 2 times is not going to be as good as you want. Ooh, 125.7. We're now in the 125s with Poison's time. So pretty hard to beat there right now. Stepping it up, so not too bad actually. Holding professional pole for the moment as Giggity just retired from the session here. Let's see where Atmos is going to go. Hopefully within the top 10 at least for him, even though he messed up sector 2 just a bit there. We still have about 5 minutes left in the session here as he's going back into the pits. Doesn't think he's going to get a good time with messing up that sector 2 so badly, so he's definitely going to have to try that again. So good job on Poison though, getting a 125.7 here at Bahrain. Quite an interesting lap time. So we got Scotty on another out lap right now. He's currently in P4, 126.9. Not too bad of a time so far from him. I think, let's see if Rambo is running a hot lap right now. It does seem like he is, as he's about to go around the final turn and get onto that pit straight. And let's see what time he puts in as he goes across the line. Seems to be doing a pretty good lap here. And goes P3 with a 126.6. Not too bad. Pushing Greenwell down to 4 there now. And we got Bait running another lap here right now. Let's follow overhead view with him and see what he's going to be up to at the moment here. Hopefully he can get a better time than 7th. For the start of this race. It is a pretty bit of a run getting down to turn 1 here at Bahrain for the start of a race. Of course, that turn 1, there's only room for so many cars to go through, so they're going to want to be especially careful, especially with what starting position they're going to get down at the end, because you don't want to be in the midfield and getting down into that turn 1. It's going to be a lot of early and a lot of late breakers getting into it, so you're just going to be like I said, a little bit scary in terms of when you want to brake, and just to make sure you don't damage your front wing getting into the car in front of you. As Bate does a purple sector 2, he seems to be on for a pretty good lap. Not sure how well his sector 1 time was, but we're going to keep an eye on him as he finish this hot lap here right now and see where he goes on the board, if he can go better than a 127.4. Even a 126 right now I think would be a way much more decent time for him to get here. And he does get a 126.655, not too bad. A few hundreds off of Rambo's time. He's now into P4 for the start of this race. If it does stay as is right now, we still have 3 minutes left. A lot of things can change in that 3 minutes. He just missed out on P3 start just by just a little few hundredths of a second there. So not too bad for him. Pretty competitive time. I think you'll be pretty happy with that kind of start. Yes, it's going to be about this right now. We're getting down to turn 1, getting on that clutch as fast as he can when we get to our manual race start. We got Libo and another out up as well. Running P7th right now. Let's see if he can get a better start than that. Got Mushroom on another hot lap here as well. He's currently running in 8th. Oh, and goes way too wide on that one there. Still gets a purple sector 1 though. Mushroom is the guy currently leading the driver standings here, as we have it 105 points. Of course, he has Libo behind him in second with 104 points, a 1 point difference in the driver standings. So that is quite interesting to follow. We get Sanat in P3 with 92 points, and Greenwell in fourth with 80 points. We got Stormok in fifth, 66 points here. So pretty close gaps with these guys. Maverick in 6th. Both Williams next to each other. Maverick in 6th and his teammate Monkey in 7th, 64 and 60 points respectively. And then we got Poison and Bait tied with 53 points each. Giggity is 45 points in 10th. Luck 14, 44 points in 11th. So for a top 10 going down there, it's actually quite a close gap for most of these guys. So it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens at the end of this race, how much points they're actually going to get and how much the standings are going to change. We're going to be posting standings and a few other things as we move on. Alright guys, with just less than half a minute left, let's see where our standings are going to be leaving us. Now we got Tommy on an out lap. Hopefully he's able to make it across the line in time to get his lap time in. I'm not sure where he is at the moment. He has about 18 seconds to get around, which he should be able to make this. Hopefully he's going to be quite close here. Got just about 11 seconds, and yep, he's going to make it across to make his final chance to make a lap time here. Hopefully he doesn't invalidate us. We're going to keep on him as he goes through that. Okay, so a few drivers retiring from this session as we're down to the end. Either way, whoever is running will be able to finish your lap. As I see a few positions are changing in the midfield there at the moment. Still though, I gotta say congratulations to Poison on getting a pole position start here, 125.7. Not sure if Tommy is gonna be able to potentially pass this. That's a purple sector too. So let's see what kind of time he's about to get. You never know what can happen down to the final lap on the qualifying session. So we're just gonna wait this out and see what's gonna happen here. He's about going around the final section. Let's see when he goes across the line. He definitely will get a lap time in, and he gets a 126.8, goes into 8th for the race start there. Not too bad from him. I don't think anyone else is possibly running. I think that should be everyone there, as the timer just is gonna count down in a minute and a half time, and then we get straight into our race session. And let's make sure that everything will stay as is. So we're just gonna wait for the results table just to verify everything with that, and then get into our race. So we got Mushroom down in 12th right now. He has a lot of positions to make up in this race to keep the lead away from Libo there, who is currently starting in 3rd. Of course, this race is going to be quite interesting, especially with turn 1 at the start, and then we got turn 10 for most drivers who tend to go a little bit wide on that or lose the rear end just getting off that turn. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen here. And Tommy goes 8th so far, so let's see where our final position stand now. Alright, so there we have it. Poison taking pole position for the start. We got Marquis on the front row with him in 2nd. Starting there, we got Libo in 3rd, Rambo 4th. We got Bates starting in 5th. Greenwell starting 6th, Atmos in 7th. Tommy is now in 8th. We got Scotty starting in 9th, Ghost Rider down in 10th. Edge in 11th, Mushroom in 12th. Maverick 13. We got like 14 and he's starting in 14th. And then we got Giggity in 15, Freeman 16, Thomas in 17, and Durant in 18, and then Sprunky in 19. So 19 drivers on track. I know someone joined just before the end of qualifying there, so they will be able to race. It's only one driver short of a full grid, so definitely should be an exciting race. And let's see how well it goes. Good luck to all the drivers on this one. And let's keep it clean through turn 1 as much as we can. Okay, so our drivers are off on their formation lap. So let's switch a few things on here as they go around. So we're going to leave this on position change as we always usually do for our race start. Really, there'll be no point putting on the gap for the moment. We're going to just leave that off for the time and just keep these stats on for now. So yeah, it should be quite an interesting start as everyone goes around. They're going to be warming the tires up just a bit, as much as they can actually here, just to get some heat into them and get ready to get started for this race. I'm still looking forward to see how turn 1 is going to go. I don't know how many of you are actually hoping we get a safety car or VSC here. I think it should be pretty clean through turn 1 though. I think we're going to have maybe a few drivers going wide. There might be some minor contact between a few guys getting down in the run into turn 1, especially under braking. But let's see how well that's going to go. I'm going to have to keep an eye on a few drivers, especially with Mushroom down there in 12th. I know he's leading the championship, but starting in 12 was a bit surprising for me for him. So I want to see how far up he's going to get by the time we get to the end of lap 1 at least here, because I'm quite sure there's going to be a few things going to be happening down to the start of this race. And if we do end up having a safety car, I think it's going to change things up just a little bit, as we're going to have a lot of early pit stops under that safety car, especially with guys who do have damage to their cars. So we're going to see how well that goes. Okay, so we have drivers starting to reform on the grid now. We'll have to wait until the last car is in its spot, and then we're going to get started here. Of course, guys out front don't want to be sitting on that grid too long. They do want to get started with this race. Alright, I think everyone is in their grid place, and our leaderboard has gone haywire, so please ignore that for now. Oh, it seems to be fine again. Guys, and here we go. That's lights out. Let's see who's getting a better start. Oh, I think Marky and Libo are going wheel to wheel on this one, getting down into turn 1. So quite a few position changes happening right now as Poison trying to keep the lead but losing it right now. Oh, and we do have some minor incidents happening. Actually, a lot of incidents happening down in the back there. That might trigger. Yeah, there it is. Full-on safety car. That was quite a few incidents. I expected that would have happened. I know a number of drivers were involved there, so that's definitely going to be under investigation down at the end of this race. A lot of reports are going to be put into that Discord for that. Let's see who's currently leading. If our stats are correct, it does seem like Tommy is leading the race, as is Rambo in second, his teammate there, I think. Yep. So both AlphaTauri leading the race now for some reason. Oh, and Mushroom is all the way up into P3 already, getting through the chaos up into P3. Poison started on pole position here, now down to P4. And we got Marky down in P5 now. He's lost 3 positions. Edge getting up 5 into P6 now. Scotty running 7. And we got Greenwell in 8. Ghost Rider in 9th now. Durant in 10, gaining 8 positions. Atmos losing 4, down in 11. Maverick gaining 1. I think he's in 12, and Freeman in 13, gained 3. Thomas as well gained 3, now in 14. Sprunky up 4 positions in 15. And Giggity lost a position, he's in 16. Bait lost 12, he was one of the drivers involved, as was Libo and Lock 14. Because Lock 14 lost 4 positions, Libo lost 15, and Bait lost 12 positions. They're not having a good start to this race. I think someone's car is stuck on track. Not sure if that, whose car is that? Oh, I'm sorry, my bad guys. I think that is the safety car. Oh, and we have some early pit stops happening as expected under the safety car for the first lap of the race. So a lot of cars going into the pits, except for Mushroom there, didn't pit. Now takes over the lead of this race to get back started, before they get back started, that is. Let's see, he's running, we're going to be switching to tires now. It seems as though he started on these tires here. My bad, let's just keep that there. So stops, he didn't make a stop. He has started on the hard compound tires. I think Mushroom actually anticipated we're going to have this happen here. Of course, that's just the graphic getting mixed up there, guys. Let's just ignore that for a second. We're on lap 2. It's not lap 3. The board just gets mixed up sometimes. So I think Mushroom did expect this to happen. He's currently running in P1. Ignore the leaderboard on the side. And yeah, actually was a good play from him, because he's now leading the race. Doesn't have to pit, as most drivers will now tend and try actually to just go on to the hard tires or go all the way to the end of the race and save themselves an additional pit stop. So now it's let's see, it's about to get resetted back here shortly. Going on to Mushroom's car. I think it's his teammate Giggity behind him. So Racing Point now leads this race. Quite interesting of a turn, I would say, from having both of the AlphaTauri guys leading after the start, and then getting into Racing Point leading this race here now. We should be getting to the end of the safety car by the end of lap 3 or 4 maybe. We're going to see how that goes. Well, we're going to leave it on. So let's see who made a stop. So only drivers didn't make a stop were the Racing Point drivers. That's Mushroom and Giggity there. The two of them didn't make a pit stop under the safety car, and they're now leading the race. Of course, they're going to have to make a mandatory pit stop because it is a dry race. So at some point, they're going to have to do that. Of course, they're expecting everyone else to hopefully make another pit stop here as well, because everyone shouldn't be able to finish the race on the tires, which is what they're hoping for. Of course, if someone is able to manage the tires well enough, they might actually be able to do it. Alright, so I think our graphic has been fixed back, showing our, let's see what we're going to put it on here. We can just leave it on tires for the time being. Oh, and Bait is out of the race. I don't know if I think he's retired in the pits. So Bait is definitely out of the race. That leaves us with 18 drivers there now. We got Libo back in the pits there now as well. I think they're now taking their pit stop. I'm not sure what's happening, or if they're doing a drive-through penalty maybe. So we have a few drivers trying to catch up to the safety car queue right now. So we should be getting back to racing maybe by the end of this lap, hopefully. And have at least about 26 laps of racing left. So definitely an interesting turn for the start of the Bahrain Grand Prix here for round 5 with ISRL Academy Tier 1. Has been quite an interesting start. So a lot of changes happen. But let's see what's going to go on throughout the rest of the race. So we're just looking to see what tires everyone is currently on right now. So we got Mushroom on the hard tires. His teammate just behind him in second. He's on medium tires right now. Tommy went on to the softs. Poison and Marky chose hards. Ed chose the medium, and we got Rambo and Atmos chose hards as well. Scotty and Ghost Rider chose softs. Sprunkin on the hards. Durant, Thomas, and Maverick goes on medium. Greenwell went on hards, and everyone else on the hards down at the bottom. Bait out of the session. He was going on hards there as well. Alright guys, so currently running on lap 4. I assume we should be going to the end. Actually, I think we will be going to the end of the safety car on this lap here. So just keeping an eye on Mushroom to see if he's trying to overtake the safety car or not. Green with a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So penalties are, of course, going to play a huge role at the end of this race in terms of drivers keeping their race finish position or not. Of course, it depends on how much seconds of penalties they do have. So we're going to see how that plays out coming down to the end. I think everyone's caught up to the safety car queue here right now. Yeah, everyone's running behind one. So going back to our rolling start at the end of this lap here, we should get a notification from race control by the end of I assume by the time we get into sector 3, we usually tend to have that notification from race control then that we're about to get back racing. We're going to keep our eye on the front of the grid. Oh, and someone going a bit wide in the Alfa. That's Poison in the Alfa Romeo there. Still keeps his position there though, doesn't lose it. You really don't want to be losing positions under a safety car. Under racing is usually where that happens. I think we got Greenwell just trying to catch her back to the pack there right now. He switched on to a different set of tires now. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays. So we're just going to take tires off for now. Something you're going to be trying. Let's keep it just like this, just to keep the interval times in. And to see how this is going to go. Giggity just a little bit behind from Mushroom there, so I think we're almost just about 2 turns more, and then we're getting into sector 3, and we should have that notification from race control that the safety car is going to go in. Mushroom is going to hold the pack up just a little bit so the safety car can go off in the distance there, get into the pit lane, and then we can safely get back to racing. And there we have it. Race control has given us that notification. So it is now fully up to Mushroom to control the pace of the entire pack behind him. There's everyone else racing. That's 17 other drivers behind him there. And there's going to be absolutely no overtaking until they all get across the line. Of course, we all know the racing starts as soon as they get past this turn coming up here. And let's keep an eye on that. Now, let's see how the turn into turn 1, the run down into turn 1, sorry, goes on this occasion here. And we already have Mushroom getting away pretty well. Tommy has already gotten past Giggly here. We got Poison trying to come across and get into P3. He seems to have gotten done, but we have Giggly getting inside on the other turn, and I'm not sure who's coming out of that. But it is a trivia battle between these guys going. Tommy still is the second. Poison now up into third. Marky and I think Giggity are trying to still fight it out to see who's going to keep between 4th and 5th here. They're going wheel to wheel on it. A little late braking from Marky puts him up into 4th. Giggity now down to 5. He was running 2nd before we got back to the start of this race, as he's about to lose another position to the next AlphaTauri driver. That's Rambo there. He is still trying to switch it. We got Rambo and Edge switching positions right now. Oh, we got Scotty in there trying to go for it alongside of Rambo's car here. So it's a three-way wide going around. This could potentially end badly if these guys don't play it right, but let's see, some minor contact could result in some serious damage here, as we got Rambo and Atmos, Rambo and Edge, sorry, going at it. We got Atmos behind, looking on to see what's going to happen out in front of him and try to see where he can get a gap going. Oh, was going behind of Edge's car and had to pull out. I think he almost had some contact there, and Tommy with the fastest lap at 130.5, not too bad at all. I think we got Atmos going to try and go alongside Edge here right now to try and get a position up. And he does get into 8. A good drive for him. That was actually a pretty clean overtake getting around there. I think we got Scotty going alongside Giggity right now. Let's see. I think he did get that position up. And Giggity is coming back at him. Let's see who can get around. Ooh, I love the overhead view on this occasion. It does provide for a better view of what's happening on track. You can actually see how well these guys drive with the precision driving, getting everyone taking a very strict racing line going around the track right now, just to save every thousandth of a second that they can. So Marky is about half a second behind Poison. They're in P3 right now, so he's trying to catch up there at the moment. We got Edge and Ghost Rider getting pretty close together. Let's see what's happening down at the back here in midfield. So Atmos running 8th, we got Edge in 9th, and Ghost Rider in 10th. Oh, we got Maverick getting up a position, and Luck 14 is out of the race. Not sure what happened to his car here, and there it is into the wall. Had some contact with someone. And that's going to be a virtual safety car. We have Mushroom into the pits now. He's taking his pit stop, taking advantage of the VSC and making a very quick pit stop. He is going to be saving some time on this one here, losing a few positions, of course, but still, if other drivers are at the pit, he will get them back and he will have a chance to get back up there. So let's see how well that's going to work out for him. His teammate is now going to be ahead of him. Of course, everyone's still a bit bunched up. So that is now 2 drivers out. Luck 14 and Bait out of the session. 17 drivers now remain. We still have an exciting race ahead of us here, as our VSC is going to be over very shortly. We now have Tommy leading the race. Poison running in second. He started in first, getting his way back up there, which is pretty good on this side. We got Marky running P3, Scotty in P4, Giggity in P5 now, Rambo 6, Atmos 7, Ghost Rider 8, Edge 9, and Durant in 10th. Let's see how the restart goes, as we are already getting back started here at the moment. Back to racing now. Should be green flags all around the track. I think we got Greenwell getting very close to someone here. Getting very close to the Mercedes of Freeman. And let's see if he's going to have a go at him. Has DRS put us on his overtake and might take a go at him in turn 11. Taking the outside, and let's see if he's going to be able to get it done, as he has left the inside open for Freeman to take. Sorry, so Greenwell does get past, and Freeman is all the way down. He's spun around, and he's trying to get back going there. So Greenwell now up into 12th, and Sprunky behind him in 13. Libo running just behind Sprunky there in 14th now. He's chasing him down, trying to get a go at him. As they're about to get onto the pit straight, let's see with DRS and his overtake on, has a lot of room to work with here and to get past, has a lot more straight line speed, and he is going wheel to wheel him getting past. Going down for the run down into turn 1, will move a bit to 13th, putting Sprunky down into 14th now. We got Scotty getting very close to Maverick, who is currently running P3. Let's see how this battle is going. Poison just in front of them there as well, just under a second, so a great battle going on for a P2. Tommy leading with 3.5 seconds ahead of Poison here. I'm going to follow these 3 guys, see what's going to happen, because the battle between Marky and Scotty is extremely close right now. Oh, and Poison goes a little bit wide. I don't think he got a penalty for it. Might have had the warning for that. Going into turn 11 now. Let's see how well this goes for these guys. Everyone holding positions as much as they can at the moment, still running. We got a Sprunky getting back close to Libo there now on a quarter of a second. Scotty gets extremely close. This might continue for DRS into the run down to turn 1 on the pit straight here now again. Let's see if Poison can hold on to P2 and Marky stay in P3, but let's see if Scotty can actually get a jump and get any position up here. And we have another VSC. Durant is out of the race. Not sure what happened down in the back. We're trying to have a look right now if we can. I have absolutely no idea where Durant's car is. I don't think it's showing on the map either, but he is out of the race. Not sure what happened there. At Edge with a 5-second penalty for severe collision with Greenwell under the VSC. So that's our second VSC of the session. We've had one safety car and 2 VSCs are only on lap 9 of 29 right now. Just about 30% into the race here, I would say. We still got about 20 laps remaining here. And a number of incidents happening on the opening start of the race, getting to this point. Of course, still 16 drivers remain here now. We have another set of pit stops about to happen here. Which driver is getting out of the pits there right now? Tommy continues to lead with Poison in second, Marky in P3. Of course, Tommy is now going to possibly lose a bit of that lead. Now, he hasn't. He's still about 3.5 seconds ahead of Poison and still leads the race with Poison and Marky and Scotty here, who are still all close together. Let's see how the battle with them is going as Scotty's coming behind, but Marky's got much closer to Poison now. So Poison definitely losing some time under that VSC. And let's see if he's going to compromise his position here, as Marky is going to have a way better go at him. And now Giggity is out of the race as well. Not sure what's happening, what happened down in the back there. But he has gone up just on the entry to Sector 3. And that is over with. We're not going to have a VSC for that. I think his car was way off track, not blocking the traffic in any way. We got Scotty getting a penalty there. And Thomas is out of the race as well. He's DNF in the same exact position there. What has happened to these guys, I'm not sure. But that is one part of the track where getting off the turn is turn 12, I think it is. You do tend to lose the rear end a lot. Not sure what's happening, but we do have another VSC. This is our third VSC, I think. I'm losing track of them now, but our third VSC of the session. 14 drivers now remain. We should be getting back to racing pretty shortly. I don't think Tommy's having too much fun with all these VSCs, but he seems to be gaining time off of everyone here, because he's now 5 seconds ahead of Poison. Of course, Poison, Marky, and Scotty, the battle between the three of them for P2 is getting stalled up just a bit here because of these VSCs that keep happening. We've lost at least 3 drivers in the last 3 to 4 laps. And our VSC is over. We're back to racing now. So let's see what's going to happen. Poison is under threat here right now from Marky's car. He's getting very close. And got Scotty coming behind him as well. So it's a 2-for-1 at the moment. Let's see how well this is going to play out for these guys. Hopefully not resulting. Oh, and we got Marky taking away P2 already. Poison now down to P3, trying to get it back. But he does have Scotty coming behind him, so he's going to have to be careful about that as well. He is right on the rear of Marky's car, though. All 3 of them going down the run into turn 1. Let's see if Scotty is going to be able to get out of this. He's trying to go on the outside of both of them right now. And gets past into... Let's see. Poison holds P2 now. Now Marky down in P3. Scotty down back into P4. As Poison and Marky are still going wheel to wheel with each other here. Marky trying to take the lead into second. Poison just keeps coming back at him. I think this battle might have to cede for just a moment here as Poison takes away back P2. Marky now still in P3. Rambo up into P4 now as Scotty is down into P5. He might have taken some damage off of that battle there. Let's have a look. I might not have to be able to have a look at the moment, but that is fine. Let's get up back to the battle out in front. Half a second, Marky is behind Poison. Seems to be losing some time here right now. Trying to break out just a little bit late to just catch up to Poison's car. Let's see if that's working for him here or not. As Tommy is now 3.9 seconds ahead. Lost at least a second and a half there. And we still have Scotty and Rambo still fighting it out here. Scotty's still trying to catch her back. Now Tommy's in the pit, puts Marky up into P2. Everyone's going to move up a few positions here. And let's see where Tommy's going to get out. And he's about to come out in 8th. Hopefully he's able to keep that. Yes, in front of Sprunky there now. Sprunky is now going to be chasing him down. Of course, he has fresher tires on now to work with. Oh, we got Marky getting very close to Poison out front. Under a second, he got the gap down very quickly there. And is now chasing him. Atma's getting there behind Scotty and chasing him down there as well. Under a second, that gap is quite a close gap between the two of them. So I'll switch to that in just a bit to see what's happening here. Atma's getting very close to Scotty here now. Trying to get into the battle between Rambo and Scotty, having out front for P3. Wants to get on that podium. Gap out front between the leader and Marky. They're getting very close as well, as we got Mushroom getting past Maverick there. And let's see what's happening out front with Marky and Poison. Poison has gotten back the lead of his race. Remember, he did start in P1, lost it though at the start of the race, but all the way back out there now. Marky now running in P2 as Orambo is still in P3, Scotty in P4, and Atma still chasing him down in P5. These two are about to go wheel to wheel into turn 1 as Marky is trying to take back the lead of the race here now, away from Poison. And he seems to have gotten it done. Takes the inside going on to turn 2 and holds the lead. Poison now stuck in P2, sorry. He's going to have to keep it there for the moment as Scotty is now in the pits there as well. Excellent move there from Marky though, getting past Poison that way and blocking the inside into the turn 2. So didn't leave a gap open for Poison to take advantage of. So really good driving from both of these guys. Poison did try to come back at him there though, but is still keeping under a second behind right now. So still able to keep in the DRS zone and has a bit of overtake to use. A little more than Marky there. Libo the fastest lap now, 129.6. Let's see where he is running. He's running down in 13. Remember, he is in the second. Oh, and Poison just hesitating on the acceleration there for just a split second. That could have cost him maybe a tenth or two, which he did actually, about 4 tenths. Yeah, so Libo is running second on the driver's standings right now. Down there in the 11th, he's going to want to definitely get some serious points in this race here to keep the championship fight alive. This is because Mushroom is in P5 right now, getting more points than him, so he's going to have to be careful about that. As we have Poison about to get DRS, and let's see if he's going to use his overtake as well. And these two are about 6.5 seconds clear of everyone else as he's getting much closer. Not going to get close enough to get an overtake done on this occasion though. Going to have to hold it there in P2 for now. I think this is actually our closest gap we have in the race so far, as we're on lap 14 going, just a halfway point of the race. Trying to get a better exit than Marky here right now. Poison is driving pretty well to keep this gap as close as it is. Oh, we got Sprunky now into the pits there. And I see Atmos has broken down his gap between himself and Rambo under a second now. So he's trying to stay in that DRS range to try and take away P3 away from Rambo. So still following along with Marky and Poison running P1, P2 respectively here. Gap still staying under a second. Poison is doing a great job trying to keep that gap under a second. Of course, Marky trying to push as hard as he can right now to keep Poison out of his DRS range, which is a very dangerous spot to keep him, as we have Atmos getting much closer to Rambo now. Let's follow along and see what's happening. He does have Mushroom 1.8 seconds behind him, coming Of course, I think he's a little more worried about getting past Rambo for the time being, as he's going to get DRS and has a lot of overtake, the ERS to use for overtake here. I think he's saving that overtake for some reason or the other, as he has the straight line speed to go side by side with Rambo into turn 1. Rambo bracing me off just a little bit, and let's see if he's going to get the inside on turn 2. And no, does have to hold it there for now. Might be using some overtake on this occasion. Yes, he is. So Rambo doing a lot of evasive driving right now, trying to keep Atmos from getting past. I'm not sure how much longer he's going to be able to keep this up right now. Just to have a look at what tires are like right now on these cars. I think these three are going to keep going at it, as Mushroom is now caught up to them, and he's in on the battle there as well. Of course, Mushroom starts 7 laps medium, and Atmos on 12 laps older hards, as well as Rambo there. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see how that ends with these guys. Gonna just avoid a clutter. Oh, and we got Mushroom getting very close to Atmos right now. Let's see if he can actually... Oh, he's about to go side by side with him. And I think Atmos has a straight line speed to catch up to Rambo here as well. So I think it's going to be a three battle going down into turn 1. And let's see who gets out of this, as Atmos has gotten past Rambo for the moment. They're still switching positions back and forth here. And I think Rambo's gotten out in front of that. Atmos still in 4th with Mushroom still in 5th. We still got Poison under a second behind Marky out front, still chasing him down back for the lead of the race. I think Atmos is trying to get a faster exit off of these turns just to catch up to Rambo as much as he can, as Mushroom has fallen back maybe about 4/10. Still trying to keep that gap under a second there though as much as he can, as Marky is now over a second ahead of Poison, but just barely at least. He's going to have to try and keep it there as much as he can, just to avoid Poison getting DRS on him for every lap. Alright, so we have Atmos using all of his overtake, using DRS to go alongside Rambo. Let's see if he can get it done this time. He is going to go alongside him, taking the outside, as Rambo is going to brace him back again, using the same move he did before, and it did work again. Atmos is going to have to come up with a different strategy on overtaking this guy here, because he's just not giving him a gap to go on, as Mushroom is now into the pits there. Let's see our battle is going on out front, with race leader Marky and Poison running in second. So this is actually getting pretty close out front here now as well. I'm going to try and keep a close eye on it on the overhead camera to see what's going to happen, especially with the run down to turn 1, as we should be having the DRS back here with these two again. I think Poison is using everything he has right now to try and catch up to Marky's car. And he is going to have DRS going down the pit straight. Let's see if that does him. Oh, it doesn't need it. Actually, he's going to go by because Marky is about to pit there. So he now takes back the lead of the race. Let's see if he's able to keep it now, though. So Marky, let's see where he's going to be coming out. So as it stands, We have Poison leading this race. Atmos now in second, and Rambo just behind Atmos, half a second in P3. We got Tommy now in P4. Marky, let's see if he's coming out in P5. I think it is. Scotty in P6. Maverick might be out in 7th. Red Libo in 8th. Mushroom 9th. Freeman 10th. Edge 11th. Greenwell 12th. Sprunky 13th. And Ghost Rider in 14th. Let's follow on with Rambo here right now as he's chasing down Atmos now. Let's see if he can get past. So our Rambo is going to use his DRS, going to save the ERS that he has for the time being at least. Most likely saving it for the run down through the pit straight to use along with his DRS, and let's see if he can get a go at him there. Atmos' car, of course, has a lot of straight line speed through that section, so let's see how that goes. Rambo's going to need a lot of power out of this car. Does he at least have 56% of ERS to use for overtake here? Oh, and we have Atmos going into the pit, so no need for him to even try that hard for it at the moment. Still going to have a few good laps around here in front of Atmos now. So Poison continues to lead. Rambo now in second, but 11 seconds behind though in second there. Tommy 5 seconds behind, running P3 right now. So the AlphaTauri drivers are back together again. Marky now in P4, Scotty P5. Atmos, so let's see where he's coming out. Looks like he's going to be out in P6 as Libo is now going into the pits there as well. And Mushroom coming around. He's going to be taking over P7. This might be our final set of pit stops from these drivers here. So let's see how positions stack up when everyone does take their pit stop away here again. Let's see, we got Sprunky down at the back, trying to catch up to Edge, who is currently in 10th. Let's see, getting the gap under a second. Let's see how the battle for this is going to be going. For a final points being position in 10th, let's see if Sprunky can get in there. He does have Greenwell coming behind him, though. It is in viewpoint, so he's going to have to be careful not to lose any time. Atmos with a 3-second penalty there. Not going to be good on his end. Tires might be just a little bit cold getting out of the pits for him, but he's going to want to be as careful as he can. As we got Edge catching up to Freeman out in front under a second now. Oh, and Marky takes the fastest lap of the race so far, 129.5. He's now up into P3 as Poison decides to pit now. And let's see how far down Poison is going to be out. I think he's getting out right now. So he's up into P3. As I think I have Sprunky is about to make a move on Edge. With Freeman just in front of him, using whatever overtake he has left, which is really not much. Using DRS, trying to find a gap to go on here. Let's see if he's going to have anything to go with. Oh, we got Edge and Freeman getting into it as Freeman takes back his 9th place away from Edge in 10th and trying to keep it that way. Sprunky looking for a gap to go on, just didn't get a one there. Has to keep it in 11 for now. Of course, leasing room open for Greenwell to actually catch up here now. Oh, and definitely someone lost some front wing there. That's an end plate coming off of Sprunky's car. So he has taken some damage from that incident there. So definitely going to be taking some hits in terms of performance on this car with that end plate missing on the front wing. Now still drivable here at Bahrain. Of course, hopefully it didn't take much more damage than that. Just an end plate missing it seems to be, as Rambo is now into the pits. Put Poison back up into P3 now. Tommy still continues to lead the race after that. Those set of pit stops. Marky in second, Poison in third, Scotty in fourth, and Atmos goes up into 5th. Rambo is going to come out back in 6th, Mushroom in 7th, Maverick in 8th now, Freeman in 9th. We got Edge, Sprunky, and Greenwell all going at it here still. Oh, we got Freeman going into the pits right now. Greenwell chasing down Sprunky as Sprunky's chasing down Edge. And let's see how turn 1 goes for these three. So the 4-way battle has now become a 3-way one. Oh, and Sprunky gets a quick pass but overshoots it and loses the position back. As he loses 2 positions now, as he's now down into 11th. Greenwell getting past him. Edge still up into 9th now. Went a little bit too late on the brakes there. He's actually lost a bit of time there now, as we have Marky getting under a second behind Tommy out front. Let's see how this battle is going. He's using overtake, DRS, everything he has at his disposal right now, trying to catch up to Tommy. Gets very close behind Tommy's car. Of course, he's going to have to try and get past in the next few laps because there's only just a few more laps remaining. We're on lap 22 of 29 right now. Battle is getting very close between these two. Let's see if it's actually going to change before we get down to the end here. Going straight into turn 11. This might continue all the way. Hopefully no one takes too much of a risk here. We're trying to go on the outside. Not enough a gap for Mark to go on there. He's going to have to keep it in P2 for now. And Chris continue that way. Sprunky getting under half a second now behind Greenwell, chasing him down there. As these two are probably going to have some minor contact. Hopefully no damage off of either car here. We got Poison and P2 trying to catch up to these guys to get into the battle for pole position. Really doesn't have any overtake to use, but using all of his DRS that he has, the one advantage he has over Tommy right now, since I don't think Tommy's car has a lot of overtake as well. And we got Rambo now with the fastest lap, 128.6. Not too bad of a time from him. And he's currently running P5. So we got Poison still trying to catch up. He's about a second and a half behind Marky there. Marky extremely close, going side by side with Tommy's car. Still not really getting a good gap to go on to make an overtake happen and actually make it stick here. And this might actually continue down all the way to the end of the race, as Poison is now just behind Marky's car. He's getting in on the battle for pole position here as well. So let's see who's actually going to be able to win this one, especially with penalties, if any of the other three do have any, which I'm not sure as yet. We're going to have a look at that and get down to the end of the race. Yes, about 6 laps of racing left to go, so not a very long time for these guys to get it done. Of course, Tommy is going to be on edge right now, just wishing for this race to be over so he can keep that pole position win. Marky is fighting him hard for this, and hopefully Marky doesn't lose out on P2, pushing too much pressure on Tommy's car and getting into an incident. Going side by side now into the final turn, and let's see, gets past for the moment. Tommy's going to come back on the inside on him. So we got Tommy and Poison going side by side. Now Tommy's about to lose 2 positions here as Poison takes away P2 and goes back up into P1, fighting Marky for the pole position. Let's see what's happening here now. So Poison takes away P1, Marky left in P2, Tommy goes down to P3, and this battle is still ongoing with the 3 of them, because they're all still under half a second behind each other here. I think it's more so close between Poison and Marky at the moment. Let's have a look at the tire situation here. So Tommy running on the hard tires is 11 laps old. Poison and Marky much more of an advantage, running on mediums, which are 3 laps and 5 laps respectively there. So Poison on the newest possible tires. And we got Rambo on soft tires trying to catch up to Scotty there. Let's see if he should be able to take away P4 before the end of the race. And that is Mushroom out of the session. What's happened to Mushroom's car, I'm not sure as yet. I'm going to see if we can have a look if his car is still on track. And we should be coming out. There it is on the side of the track. Not sure what happened to Mushroom there, but he is out of the session, way off track. So I don't think that's going to cause a VSC. It should just be a yellow flags and should be clear for racing in just a bit. So 19 drivers started and we now have only 13 drivers remaining in this race. That's about 6 drivers gone. Still trying to follow the battle out from between. We got Poison, Marky, and well, Tommy's falling a bit back now. Not sure if he took any damage. Doesn't seem like his car has any damage down at the back there. But main battle is going to be between Poison and Marky for the lead of the race here now. Alright guys, let's see what's happening. So let's see, Greenwell has gotten past Edge there. And we have a safety car for, I think, Ghost Rider's incident. Not sure what happened to Ghost Rider there. He is now out of the session. We should be able to have a view maybe. No, his car is already gone. Alright, so this safety car definitely is going to be changing a few things up in the race. It's going to provide an opportunity for a lot of cars to go and do a quick pit stop here. Drive-through penalty for Scotty there. Might have been speeding under that safety car, not sure as yet. Now we have just 12 drivers remaining in this session, so quite an eventful race this has been here at Bahrain for ISRL Academy Tier 1. I know they're having their Tier 2 race just after this. Not sure how well that race is going to go as well. Hopefully it goes a little more cleaner than this one, with not so many drivers getting out. Of course, the incidents do tend to happen sometimes, so unfortunately that we do have a lot of drivers out of the race for this instant. But hopefully next week we can have everyone finish, which is so much more fun to see. A lot more competitive, a lot more battles we get to follow when everyone does get to finish the race. So let's see how it stands right now. We should have at least maybe 1 or 2 laps of racing left after the safety car goes in. So we currently have Poison leading the race. We got Marky in second, Tommy in third, Rambo in fourth, Scotty in fifth, Atmos 6, Libo 7, Maverick 8, Greenwell in 9th, Edge in 10th, and Freeman 11th, Sprunky in 12th. And we have Ghost Rider, Mushroom, Giggity Thomas, Duran, Luck 14, and Bait out of the race. So 12 drivers remain. Let's see how it's going to be finished here between Poison, Marky, and Tommy there. We're going to have a good look at that, as it doesn't really seem as anyone's really pitted. We see Edge is in the pits getting out. Not sure how bad that incident was with Ghost Rider there, how many debris the guys actually have to clear off track right now, but hopefully it is cleared by the time we get to the end of lap 27, so we can have 28 and 29, laps 28 and 29 for racing at least, because with just 1 lap of racing, it's definitely going to make drivers push way too hard, and we might just have an incident and finish under our VSC at the end of the race here. So hopefully we don't have that happen. We have a few drivers still yet to catch up back to the safety car queue. They should be able to do so before we get back going again, hopefully here for them. As I think we're going to go 1 more lap under the safety car. So I think by the end of lap 27, I'm actually hoping we get back to racing. Just have 2 more laps to go with here. Just 2 exciting laps because everyone is so bunched up. It's going to be quite interesting to see how this restart goes as well here. Remember, this is for the end of the race, so guys are not going to be pushing lightly when we get this restart going again. Poison there out in front has the most advantage, controlling the pack, before they get started. He'll be the first one around the final turn getting onto the pit straight and has a better chance of just getting a lead off. And if he can hold it for at least 2 laps, he will take the win, provided he doesn't have any penalties that will set him back. So we're going to see how well that's going to go for him. Poison seems to be a bit eager to get back racing here as he's getting alongside that safety car quite a lot. Hopefully no incidents during the course of the safety car queue we have going here, guys. A lot of drivers tend to drive into the back of each other. It's not always purposely done. Actually, I don't think it's ever purposely done, because who wants to break the front wing under the course of a safety car? And 5-second penalty goes for ignoring yellow flags to Freeman, who's currently running in 10th. I don't think that's something you want to be doing right now, because that 5 seconds is probably going to cost them P10 if everything goes as it is. That's Prunky and Ed switching positions there, which they're not supposed to be doing right now, because we're not back racing as yet. We should be entering Sector 3 here very shortly and see an indication on race control that we should be going back racing. I think everything should have been cleared off the track by now, so I think we should be good to go. Let's have a look if we're going to get race control. Tell us we're going to be back racing here pretty shortly. Not sure what's happening with the Edge and Sprunky down at the back. Alright, so there we have it. Race control safety car is going to be in on this lap. And we have lap 28 and 29 to get back racing. Alright guys, safety car is off into the distance. Poison now controls the pack in terms of pace as going down. Oh, and we have... that's actually... not surprising at all. 5-second penalty for severe collision between Sprunky and Edge. With whatever they were doing at the back. Alright, we got a 3-way battle going on already before we get back racing here. As we're across the line now and we're back racing, let's see how it's going to go. Poison is going to go off into the distance. Tommy takes away second already. Marky down to P3. See Rambo still finding it in P4 as we're going around turn 1 now. Minor contact between our top few guys. Rambo taking away P2 at the moment. It's still switching as... Poison still tries to take a lead out. Scotty and Marky are now switching it up just a little bit. Scotty's got into the battle out front with everyone here. Gap is pretty close between most of these cars right now. We got Libo and Atmos trying to fight it out for P6. Libo seems to have taken it for the moment at least. Atmos trying to take it back. He is extremely close. And Freeman takes a 3-second penalty there. We got Libo going side by side with someone. I think he was trying to go side by side with Marky there. Got Sprunky getting very close to someone here as well. Going side by side with Maverick. Trying to get around him. I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon as Marky is way down. Something's happened out front. Oh, and he spun around. Lost his entire front wing. Happening down in lap 28. That's not going to make it well for him. He's definitely going to be finishing down in 12 there because of that. We got Scotty now in P3. Chasing down Rambo, who is currently in P2. Atmos getting past Libo down the pit straight going. Let's see if he's going to be switching back or not here. As Libo's trying to go alongside and trying to go for a gap. Not available at the moment. He's going to have to stick it out in P6. Someone I think is falling down the order again there. And Scotty getting up into P2 here now. Rambo has taken it back. So that's switched. So Poison still leads the race. As Rambo and Scotty are trying to fight it out here. I think makes a minor contact maybe between Atmos and Libo there, fifth and sixth. As Edge is out of the race now. Not sure what's happened to his car. He's stuck there in sector 2. Hopefully that is not going to cause a VSC. We're on the final lap of the race either way here, so that doesn't matter at this point. Going down to the end, let's see how this is going to go, as Poison is way out in the lead there. And he's about to go across the line for a pole position win, which is an excellent race for him. Started P1, finishing P1. Excellent race of Poison. Not a bad race. So let's see. Rambo come across for P2, and we got Scotty P3. Atmos and a lot of switching happening right now. So penalties definitely coming into play. We're gonna see how this played out here now as we get to the leaderboard down at the end. Driver of the day goes to Sprunky. Not bad at all. Congratulations to him, and congratulations to Poison on that win. Some excellent overtaking to get back the lead of the race after things went a bit south for him. Alright, so let's see where our results stand. So Poison takes the win, Rambo takes the fastest lap, and Maverick goes into P2 because he had no penalties. So Rambo takes P3. Sorry, Maverick takes P2, Rambo takes P3, Tommy takes P4, Atmos goes P5, Greenwell 6, Libo 7, and I got Sprunky in 8, Scotty in 9, Freeman 10th, Marky in 11th, Edge in 12th, and the rest of the grid did not finish here. Ghost Rider 13, Mushroom 14, Giggity 15, Thomas in 16, Durant 17, 14, 18, Bait in 19. So not a bad race for round 5 here with ISRL Academy Tier 1. That was the Bahrain Grand Prix. That was an exciting race. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for watching. Please do give the video a like. And we do have another race coming up just after this. It's going to be with IFR Esports League. And I think we'll be doing round 4. I think it's going to be China. I haven't seen a Chinese Grand Prix in just a little bit. So it's going to be fun to stream that one. See you guys then.